fans of anything, welcome to MPJ Rock Album Review Show. I'm Nigel, this is Lauren, that's Simon, there's Trish, there's William, and we are here to bring you the latest rock album review shows as we've done over the years. Today's offering is Dragonknight, and the album is called Legions. Now, we're all role players, we're all geeks. Surely, just the very name itself, Dragonknight, will elevate this album to the echelons of the Hall of Fame. Or will it? Or will the music tell its own story? Lauren, you're a storyteller. You're a DM. You're a dungeon master. Dragonknight, Legions. Talk to me, Lauren. You must have loved it.
Oh, well, you are right, Nigel. I am a huge D&D fan. I have D&D tattoos of my characters and things like that. I am in deep there. So, looking at this album, seeing the cover, the dragon, the knight, Dragonknight, Legions, I was like, okay, I'm ready for this. Let's get in there. And I got in there, and it was average. It was just one of those things where it was good concept power metal, a term that I stole from Mama Trish. But I've heard plenty like it. Like, it's enjoyable. I'll go to it for some epic music during my campaigns, but I'd put it on the same shelf that I put some of my average bardcore stuff that I listen to. It's there, it serves its purpose, but it's not going to set the world on fire. It's okay.
Sorry, your average bardcore stuff. What's bardcore?
I love a bit of bardcore.
Love it.
Bardcore! You did.
Hardcore, man.
I'll send you some stuff, Nigel. Bardcore is up there.
What's bard?
You know, like twinkly medieval, like ding 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 ding. You know that sort of that sound. I can't think of the name of the instrument, but it's basically covers of songs,
like a ukulele,
like a bard,
Like lute.
like a lute,
like a lute. Yeah, sorry.
Music. Yeah.
Yeah, with
You
like
take
lutes and
music
stuff.
and they like play it on the lute and everything and on medieval instruments. It's really good.
So no, there's metalcore, and you call it metalcore because it's loud in your face. And now they've gone bardcore. That's all wrong.
It's medieval and in your face.
Yeah.
It's
Bard
lutecore in your. Okay. Wow. Simon, talk to me.
You sure? So, congratulations! I think we have a winner for the longest intro award.
Yay!
2 minutes and 34 seconds
Yay!
of a fucking twinkly theatrical piece to then transition into heavy drumming and guitar riff. Like, the tone did sort of stay the same in the opening track, and the lyrics do lead you into a story, so it's not the most egregious use of an intro I've had on an album, but it is 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Anyway, moving on.
And breathe.
Normally I'd call this power metal, but I do want to create a genre called like theatrical metal or dramatis metalae or something, because I feel like that would more accurately describe what this band is playing. And I truly felt like I was being taken through like a world of fantasy with this album. Dead Kings in the Grave was definitely my favourite track. It's really cool riffs in it. I really liked Return to Atlantis and Defender of Dragons. Just listen to those names, they're so good. Where things fall down a bit are with tracks like The Imperator, which has sections that are almost like monologues, but his voice doesn't lend very well to the moments. And he doesn't pick back up on those tracks until we hit the chorus again. So, special mention to the bad guy having a dark, gravelly voice without it actually screaming. It's pretty, it's pretty good. I know Nigel will approve of that. The album took a few listens, but overall I did really like the album, and I genuinely hope we hear more from them on the show.
Well, somebody we always love to hear more from, and that's William. William, it's fantasy, it's dragons, it's storytelling, it's right up your street, surely.
It is. Also subjects me to a 2.5 minute intro track, which is just needless. And it's been marked down accordingly for this cruelty it's done to me.
You know, when albums, right, are on the cusp where they make it into our listening or not, and they're like, if it's got an intro, a needless intro now, I actually genuinely go, I'm going to go with that album because it has a needless intro.
Knew it.
You're an evil man, sir.
I know.
I mean, they serve a purpose, right? And it's a track for the start of a gig where they have some dramatic music playing before they come to stage as they walk out onto stage. That doesn't need to actually be a track, though. Just take the sound of the first song you play, make a thing up, and play it before a gig. Don't put it in your album. It's really cool, though, this album, apart from that. Pirates, Bloody Pirates. It's great. It sings on pirates. I love them. Defender of Dragons starts with a cool little fluty bard tune. Oh, very cool. It's annoying that I got so against it because of the intro track. Because as a whole, the album I think is really fun. It's really solid. He's got vocals I really like. The backing music is there. It doesn't take away from him, but it works to build something really strong and fluid. But I also get the sense that they're one of the bands that will sound so much better live. Like you've got like catchy hooks where you can have all the crowd singing, going along to it. Could elevate it that much more, but it's solid. It's really fun. It's really good. I have again marked it down in scoring wise because of the insult it's done towards me. For the boldness of making me listen for a 2.5-minute intro track. But it's really solid. It's a lot of fun. The tracks are all reasonably long for music now. It's still like the 4.5-5 minute mark, but it's one of those where you're so hooked on it the whole time that you don't really notice the passage of time, and it just brings you into this world, which is it's great. That's all we need from a power metal album, really, to be immersed.
Now, always we immerse into her dulcet tones. Trish, immerse us into your beloved dulcet tones.
Okay. So, the first thing I wrote down was, I know some of the panel do not like instrumental openers of tracks. But I actually loved the drama of Ascendance to build up the anticipation of the album. After listening to the album, for me, it was like Angus McSix meets Brothers of Metal. It's full-on power metal with a bit of cheekiness, kings, dragons, pirates thrown in. I mean, what's not to love, like with tracks like Pirates, Bloody Pirates, and then maturity with slowing things down slightly with Defender of the Dragons. Both of these tracks that I really loved, exactly for those reasons. This album can't help but make you smile for all its musicality, but respectfully, praise needs to be given to Dragonknight for bringing this nugget of power metal to our listening ears.
Nugget.
A nugget.
A nugget, eh? Okay. I should love this album. I really should. And there are parts of me that does love it, and there are other parts that I don't love. Lyrically, brilliant. I think the tempo of the album didn't change enough for me, so therefore it became generic. And we've had some amazing power metal, particularly last month through, and you compare the likes of Brothers of Metal, etc. It's just, unfortunately for me, while there's some elements of this album that I do enjoy, particularly the lyricism and particular lyrics, musically, in terms of its tempo to tell a story, it didn't do enough for me to really make me love the album. Not when you compare about some of the albums that we reviewed so far in this genre, really. So solid, good, thoroughly enjoyable, but didn't really get a gold star from me either. So okay. Let's find out. Will it crack into our Hall of Fame? Let's find out. Our scores needs to get an average of 4. Will it get our album of the month out of the 12 albums we're reviewing? So let's find out, shall we then? Lauren, let's start with you then.
I said it was average, and average it got 2.5.
Simon.
4. Big ol' 4.
4. Dun dun dun. William.
See, that's what mine would have got if it wasn't for an intro track, and as such has been accordingly marked down to a 2.5.
A 1.5.
It annoyed me.
1.5.
2.5.
William!
Yeah,
half.
you knocked off 1.5 marks for an intro track.
Yeah.
That's harsh.
Because it's
Wow.
2.5
Gosh.
minutes of time I'm never getting back. Amplified to listen to this album multiple times.
Will you just skip?
No. We're reviewing the album as a whole, Nigel.
I know we are.
So I have listened to every
But not
single
one
track. Don't know. No,
Gee whiz.
no, listen to the
Harsh,
album.
William.
Gotta listen to it.
Harsh, William.
They should be better, shouldn't they?
Trish.
No.
And let there be a lesson to all of you. If you put two intro tracks in your albums,
Oh,
it's going to get marked down accordingly.
4. We're moving on. We're moving on from the heathen. That is William. For a 4 from Trish. I give it a 3.5. And Dom did not read. Dom thought this was an average album as well. He gave it a 2.5. Yeah, well, Lauren, I haven't knocked anything off for you for a while, so you're going to lose your 2.5 because of the bardcore comment. Badcore. Like, not even badcore, but bardcore. Just terrible.
Hardcore's great.
So, 16.5 got an average of 3.3, which is pretty solid, really. However, only 11th. It got 11th out of our album of the month in terms of the 12 albums reviewed this month. But still a solid score. Anyway, congratulations to Dragonknight. Good album. Thank you very much to my panel, to William the Heathen, to Trish, to Lauren, and to Simon. Keep on rocking. Thanks also to Dom, of course. And keep on rocking. And we will see you for episode 5, maybe. Who knows? Next one is Avatarium, and between you, God, the devil, and the dead. Anyway, let's crack on. Goodbye for everybody. Keep on rocking.
bye.
Bye.